Hey, this week I want to talk about making longer term decisions with your intuition. Hi, I'm Eloise Ansell. I'm an intuitive healer based in the UK. Hello, welcome or welcome back. So, I've been making videos recently, a whole little chain of them, about how to use your intuition in decision making. So, if you haven't checked them all out, there'll be a little playlist below. This week, I want to talk about longer term decisions. I talked about making quick decisions the other week and how to build that relationship with your intuition. Now we're going to look at longer term kind of things. So, the thing I find the most helpful when I'm trying to make longer term decisions or choices is to kind of test them out. So let's say I'm deciding whether to, I don't know, take a new job or not. Or maybe I'm deciding whether to take a trip or not. Or whether I'm going to do something new in my business or not. Like if you're trying to make a decision between doing something and not doing it, that's a good answer. But you could, you know, do it about doing A or B options. It doesn't have to be A or not A. You know, you can use this for anything. Am I explaining this well? Anyway, so the best thing to do is to test it out. So let's say I'm trying to decide, oh, let's do this fun one. I'm trying to decide whether to move to America or Australia, right? That's the option at the moment. And I'm like, okay, so let's say I've chosen to move to the States. I'm going to own the energy of having made that choice. And so I'm going to act as if I've made that choice. I'm going to act as if I'm going to the States. I'm going to act as if that is happening for 3 days. So I'm going to live my life as if I've already made that choice for 3 days and see how it feels. And then you can have a day where you just shake it all off, but you can spend 3 days doing the opposite. So if it was moving to the States or not moving to the States, I spend 3 days going, okay, I'm not moving to the States now. Or if I was like doing A and B and the other option was Australia, I'm like, okay, I'm going to live as if I'm moving to Australia for 3 days. And I'm going to try that on for size. So I'm giving my intuition 3 days with each choice, like with some weird new peace sign, uh, and seeing what feels good, seeing which one feels more aligned with me, maybe feels lighter, and if you've done all the training with the 10-second choices and all the other things I've been talking about recently, you'll have a better awareness and understanding of your intuition to start feeling into it in terms of those two choices. So if I'm living as if I'm moving to the States for 3 days and maybe lots of bad things happen to me, or maybe I just get this anxiety and this knot in my stomach, or, I might start getting feedback in weird ways, or I might start seeing no everywhere in newspapers, or I might, like you might start getting feedback from the universe because you're putting it out there. Or you might start getting great things, you might start seeing yeses everywhere. You might get flies floating around your head. Hello. Or you might get positive feedback for the 3 days. You might get lots of nice things happen to you. You might see lots of yeses. You might get lots of signs from the universe, and you're like, oh, this is a sign. This is great. But you still need to do the 3 days of the opposite or the other choice, because you want to be able to compare the energy of those 3 days, how you felt, what happened to you, what was going on. You want to get that feedback. So it's important to commit to 3 days. Now, you could do a smaller time, but you're giving less opportunity for the universe to give you feedback. It's like everything is connected in the universe. Everything is connected. So I want to give that time for synchronicity to occur. There isn't there is only one synchronicity because everything's connected. So I just want to give time and space for those ahas, those awarenesses, those yeses or nos to come into my world. The universe doesn't really see time in the same way as us humans do because quantum physics tells us it doesn't occur, doesn't exist. So we need to kind of give it a framework, and we need to be clear that we're giving it 3 days. So it's got 3 days to give us an answer. Like by the end of Friday or whatever it is, I need to know how this feels to me. And then do the opposite, because you want to be able to contrast and make those choices. Now, that will help you to get that feedback, get that awareness, and, get some feeling to it. Now, it could come out that, you don't get an answer either way. And maybe that's because it doesn't matter or it's not now. But you probably will get something, some awareness, some insight that gives you an idea of what would be the best option for long-term you. So this is a great way of starting to choose maybe, what university to go to, or what, like there's big choices that we sometimes have to make. Do I move to that house? Do I leave this property? Do I have another kid? Like, I mean, you could be choosing lots of different things. And it's like, be in the energy of yes and no for 3 days and see how you feel. It gives enough time for the universe and your intuition to start giving you some feedback and answers. And you'll start to learn how you're wired. Hopefully, you'll know by the time you're doing this kind of thing, and you will get yeses or nos. So I'm going to do it because I'm trying to make a choice in my life at the moment. So I'm going to give myself 3 days of yes and 3 days of no and see what happens. Because I do these things myself. That's the only reason why I give these tools to you, because they work. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe. It helps build the channel up. And if you want to know more about me and my intuition courses, there will be information down below. Love to hang out with you in real life sometime. And have a great week. Take care. Bye. Uh, the fly has a very strong opinion on this.